Do not wait until January. I want you to literally start now. Hey, gorgeous. Hey. So, the end of the year is here. We're in December 2024, and it's kind of like, how did we get here so quick? Now, one thing I want you to think about is your goals. Have you reached the goals that you said you were going to reach back in January? Think about it. I'll give you a minute. If not, I need you to go back and look at those goals. Wherever you wrote them, wherever you said them, if you did a video or a recording, look at your goals and take a minute, really evaluate. Why haven't I reached these? What happened from January to December that kind of just like got mixed in the mingling of life that just didn't allow you to have them happen? Now, because we are in December, we want to get a head start and build some momentum for us to reach the goals that we have for 2025. So here's a quick tip. Do not wait until January. I want you to literally start now. How do you do that? Let's get into it. So the first thing is you are going to review the goals that you had for last year. You're going to check off the ones that you met and see if you even want to maintain them. Because a lot of times through an entire year, you are going to change as a person, depending on what is going on with your life, your children, husband, family, all of that can dictate where you are in life, mentally, spiritually, emotionally, all of those things. You're going to change. It's bound to happen. That is the only constant thing, is change. So what you're going to want to do is look and see, do I still want to be this person? Do I still want to feel this way with the goals that I have met? Or do I want to tinker with them? Do I want to make them better or make myself better in achieving a different goal or an upgraded goal from the goal that you already met? Now, for me, one of the goals that I do have for the year 2025 is to really hone in on my health and wellness and working out. One of the goals that I have achieved from this year is literally working out. But I want to take it up a notch. I want to be able to distinguish between if this workout is working or not in at least a 3-month span, preferably in 8 weeks. So that's 2 months. But to be able to try something, stick with it, because I stuck with the same workouts all this year and I feel better, but I really feel like me walking and doing alternate day fasting contributed to my weight release, and now I'm in a medium instead of a large, like comfortably, got a little bit of room. It feels good. Matter of fact, it feels great, honestly. I'm not even gonna lie. So it's more so me honing in on what is working and how can I make my workouts better, because alternate day fasting is working, walking is working. The workouts, we might need something a little bit different, but we'll get there. I believe in that. Another goal that you may want to do is to evaluate who you're around. And a lot of times, who we are is dictated by who we are around. You are like the 5 closest people that you spend your time with. So, evaluating that and seeing, how do you want to spend your time? Do you want to spend your time with these people? Do you want to spend your time with some different people? Do you want to spend your time honing in on some goals, some hobbies that you have specifically for you where you could meet new people? So that's something that you definitely want to look into, especially if you are dating. I will say that because I love telling, or at least explaining to ladies how to date effectively and with intention. Hobbies is number one, because you're going to find someone who's interested in what you're interested in and you guys can do it together. But that's for a whole nother video. But literally, like, figuring out what hobbies you like, what do you want to do, and enjoying the ride. Enjoying the ride for sure. So, to build the momentum for 2025, you are going to want to start doing all the things now. One of the best ways that you can start now is by meditating. I love to meditate. That is one of my favorite ways to visualize myself as who I want to be and how I want to feel. Now, for your best, your highest, your most sought out version of you, it is you want to really think about how you will feel, not what you'll be doing, not what you'll achieve, but how you'll feel when you achieve and do and be all of these things. Because at the end of the day, you can have all of that and still feel burnt out, tired, overwhelmed, stressed. And if that is a part of that feeling that you believe is has to be true, you might want to go in and change your thoughts and beliefs around what it is that you want and how you can have it. So for me, I like to think about who I want to be in the next 5 to 10 years and how I want to feel. And for me personally, spaciousness and freedom and love are like core values, core values for me. And that's how I want to feel. I want to feel as if I can do what I want to do and enjoy my time doing it. And so in that, then I'm able to plug in what has led me to that. How am I doing this? How do I feel? Like today, I have a headache, a sinus headache. Yesterday was my birthday, and I had some dairy. And dairy always gives me like sinus congestion headaches. So in my future, I know I don't want to feel this way. I want to feel good. I want to feel relief. I want to feel just delicious in my own body. And so from that, I'm looking at okay, what kinds of foods does my highest and best self eat? And then I'm going to incorporate those foods and avoid the foods that I know are not something that my body takes and finds delightful, if I could say that. So we're avoiding the things that bring us displeasure, and we're amplifying the things that bring us pleasure. So it is literally you looking at yourself from how you feel and then everything that will allow you to feel that way, from what you do for work, how you get your chores done, what you eat in the day, what time you wake up, when you work out, if you just walk, if you fast, how you engage with your children, how you engage with your husband, what your home environment will feel like. Everything, everything. And you want to hone in on those. Now, if you have ever read the 12-week year, I think that's the name of the book. I could be wrong. But in that book, it talks about how every 12 weeks, which is 3 months, could be considered a year. You can achieve your yearly goals in those 3 months. And so, with that, you are honing in and focusing in on specific things in your life that will help amplify and make it more pleasurable and desirable and sensuous for you. What is sensual and delicious and delightful for me is going to be completely different for you. So that's why you have to literally journal these things out, or at least talk on a camera or a phone or something, so that you can get it out and start having that dialogue with yourself without any judgment from others, so that you know this is something that I find delightful. Even if, I don't know, Karen doesn't like it or Susie doesn't like it, this is what I like. So being able to hone in on those things and really focus on them. So that is another aspect of it. Within those 4 years, quote unquote, 4 quarters in the year 2025, we are going to have our big goals. These are like, I would achieve this in 5 to 10 years. Now, if you achieve it or not, we're going to release the need to do so, but we are going to have the expectation of I am moving forth in that, so that eventually I can get there. But we're going to have our big goals of this is what I want this to be. And then we're going to chunk them down into little bite sized pieces of this is what I'm going to do. So, for instance, with the nutrition, I don't want to have headaches. I don't. I want to feel good in my body. So, with that, what am I going to do? I'm going to chunk it down. How can I feel good in my body? I can eat nutritious meals. Okay, so what am I going to do for that? I'm going to meal prep all of my meats for the week on Sunday, and then I'm able to pick between beef, lamb, goat, whatever, Monday through Saturday. And then next Sunday, I'm going to prep again so that I will have those nutritious meals, at least the base that takes the most amount of time, in my opinion, the meat, to make. That is what I'm going to do. That is an achievable goal that is short term because every single week I'm going to have to do that. Another goal that you could create for, let's say, a quarter. I am going to use this workout program for 3 months straight. And I want to be able to look at where I started. It could either be weight or measurements or how you fit in certain jeans if you've lost inches in a dress size, right? This is what I'm going to look at. And that is still considered a short term goal because it is in that chunk of 3 months instead of the full year. You see what I'm saying? Another goal that could be used as a short term goal for a month would be I'm going to do this kind of intermittent fasting for 1 month, 4 weeks. That's it. And I'm going to see how my body feels, how my hormones were, how my cycle was, all of those things to see is this something that can be sustainable for me? Is this something that's helping me reach my goals and then going forth with that? But I do suggest you try to do all of these things for at least a month, but preferably for that quarter. So that is 3 months for you to really be able to hone in on it. Because sometimes you won't see the changes if it is working out or if it is more so emotional or mental, whatever it may be. You have to give your goal some time, some breathing room, yeah, to see, do I like this for sure, and can I maintain it? Because a lot of times they say it takes 21 days to build or break a habit. And so you built or broke that habit, and then it's like 28 days, like I'm gonna get lazy, and you just don't do it anymore. Keep going, keep going, get to that 3 month mark, and then we can have a conversation about, is this working? And from there, what you're going to want to do once you have that quarter one down, you are going to start to stack. I like to call it confidence stacking when you have your confidence in doing something. And so, for instance, if you are working out and you are intermittent fasting and you are like doing all these things, you got a hobby, you're going to build onto that with your second quarter. What are you honing in on? It could be your finances, it could be your relationships with others. One of my goals for the year of 2025, and really after my birthday, honestly, is to create deeper, richer, more beautiful friendships, to deepen the friendships that I already have, and to create even more beautiful friendships and relationships that I have with some of the ladies that I do know, specifically from where I graduated and some of the ladies that I've met here in Cincinnati. So I'm really excited about that and to see how that goes. But it could be anything. And so you want to create a goal for that. Okay, I want to deepen my friendships. For me personally, I've already talked to my best friends like, hey, I need to call you at least once a month so that I am in the know of what's going on with your life and how you're doing. So I want to continue to have that relationship and to deepen it. Like, you know what I mean? So that is one of the goals that I do have. And we're going to see how that goes. I'm really excited. I'm really, really excited. So once we get to quarter three, we are expanding on that. We're continuing with what we have done in quarter one and quarter two. However, what we want to do after every single quarter, every 3 months, is to evaluate, how do I feel doing all of these tasks to reach this goal? Is it expanding on how I want to feel as a whole to get to my main goal of from 5 to 10 years from now? Or do I feel like there is a misalignment here? And if so, we're going to want to reevaluate that, especially at the halftime, like 6 month period in the year. You want to evaluate that and to kind of fine tune those tasks, those habits, those things that we're doing so that we can actually reach our big goal. And that's why we have small goals, because if we were to try to reach the big goal, one, it feels like it's unattainable. We can't have it. And two, there's going to be a lot of kinks in there because a lot of times for us to have the thing that we want, we have to become a different person to be able to reach and achieve and have and hold these things, right? For us to be educated, we have to let go of the uneducated parts of us to be able to attain this knowledge. So we have to allow those things to go. So you're going to evaluate and you're going to look and see, is this something I want to do? And you're going to do that the next quarter and the next quarter while you are adding on to the habits, the routines that you absolutely love, and making sure that this is in alignment with your core values and your standards. And you may even increase your standards as you're going on this journey because you're learning things about yourself of what you find to be pleasurable, what you find to be delightful, what you find to be not so desirable, and what you want to avoid. And I truly believe that it's good to look at those things so that you know, this is something that I like, or this is something I don't like, and you can walk away from it. Easy, easy peasy. All right, I hope that has been helpful for you. I love you, and I'll see you later.